Shabbat, Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם, ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, עוד היא לעולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, עוד היא לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. ביני ובין בני ישראל, עוד היא לעולם. ביני Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom Hamidenu Shomreinu L'Chaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom Hamidenu Shomreinu L'Chaim Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha v'hoshienu v'man shemecha. Help us to know that you're near, that your presence is here. Let us lie down in peace every night. And when we rise in the day, keep us sheltered. Guide us, God, with your love and your light. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along. All the earth, a new song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along. All the earth, a new song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So as our pre-neg resumes, our crowd begins to grow by the week, which we love. We knew we could lure you out. We are very happy to be hosting Hadassah Shabbat this Shabbat, and we welcome members of the Nashville section of Hadassah, some of which are Micah members and some of which are not, and we're glad that all of you are here, and very happy that some of you will be participating to lead our service this evening. And I'd like to begin by inviting Ruth to come forward and share a reading with us as we begin our service.
I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics, and no services. But I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us, and to bring that vision to life.
Thank you so much. We'll light our Shabbat candles to begin our service formally, and I'll invite Minnie Drongowski to come join us to do that at this time.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Thank you, Mindy. So we'll take a moment before coming together with the words of Shalom Aleichem. Before we welcome in the angels, let's welcome in one another. Maybe turn to somebody that you don't know, maybe somebody who's sitting on their own, and greet them with Shabbat Shalom. Introduce yourself, make a new friend.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharei, Malachei
We're on page 24.
Mi Melech, Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu li L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seiskem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
We'll rise together once again for the words of Hatzi Kaddish. We're on page 26.
Yitkaral v'yitkadash Amei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ba'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chai achon u'v'yom echon u'v'chai rechol Beit Yisrael b'gala u'vizman kariv v'yimaru
Amen.
Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mevorach La'olam U'almei Amaya Yitbarach Yitbarach v'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitasei V'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal Shemei D'Kudashah Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata nechemata damiran belma ve'imeru.
Amen.
Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Continue on page 30.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro mariv aravim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro mariv aravim. Bechokma poteach she'arim ובתבונה משנה איתי ומחליף את הזמנים ומסדר את הכוכבים משמרותיהם, ברקיע כרצונו, ברקיע כרצונו. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בדברו מריב ערבים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בדברו מריב ערבים.
I came across this reading or this piece by Rabbi David Wolpe, and I loved it so much I thought I'd share it as a way for us to get settled and thoughtful and intentional before the words of the Shema. He writes, "Most people are courteous to those whom they barely know. We're gracious to the waiter, the elevator operator, the bank teller. But character is judged on how we behave when it is difficult to be kind. In other words, how do we behave to those who are close? When two mitzvot are before us, one rare and the other commonplace, which comes first? We might think the rare one, but there's a Jewish legal principle, tadir ushe'anot tadir, tadir kodem. The frequently observed mitzvah takes precedence. It's not difficult, the rabbis reason, to be enthused about the rare and the special. The trick of life is to bring intensity to the commonplace. The same principle is operative with people. Our first obligation to goodness is with our spouses, our children, our friends, and our family. Taking them for granted violates the principle of tadir kodem. The frequent comes first. The stranger on text doesn't matter more than your child across the table. A good life is marked in part by the stability of its relationships. Do we give those close to us the attention we lavish on those who are passing and tangential in our lives? Everyone honors the special, but Judaism teaches us and reminds me to honor the everyday.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
We continue chanting together on page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
I'd like to welcome Natalie Hockman to come forward and share a reading with us.
May the door of the synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of the synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life.
We continue singing together on page 40.
Mocha baili marunai, mi kamocha nedar bakorash, nora tehilot, osefele, malchutecha ra'u vanecha, bokeyam lifnei Moshe, malchutecha ra'u vanecha, bokeyam lifnei Moshe. Right in tune, too.
I mean, really, the timing was perfect. It could be God, so we should probably answer. So, page 42, our prayer of Hashgivenu, if we look at the third line, Ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha, we ask God to shelter us in peace and in wholeness, and we probably feel most whole and at peace when we're celebrating some good news. So I want to pause and just ask if anybody's celebrating a birthday or an anniversary or anything that you're just really happy about. I'm going to start. My daughter is going to be driving in a week, and you would think that's not good news, but I am so grateful to graduate from driving. Younger people everywhere. Also, but her mother-in-law's nervous. I can see it. Also, my mother-in-law, her grandmother. Also, my son was waiting to get news about a fall abroad program, and he just heard he got in right before Shabbat services, so we're very excited about that.
Where's he going?
He's going to Florence, Italy. I know, barring any pandemic in the world. So, okay. Other good news that we're celebrating. Birthdays, anniversaries, happiness. Yes.
He passed his dissertation defense.
Yes, that's so exciting. Yeah. Do they tell you right away, like you defend, and then they let you know?
They call you out of the room for like 10 minutes and then tell you.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like an Olympic judging thing, like they held up numbers. That could be very devastating. Okay. Congratulations.
over there.
Amazing. Yes. Sue, hi.
My daughter Kate, who has been here forever since she was born, and her Irish husband John are expecting.
Oh, that's so exciting. That's amazing. Wow. Well, okay, these are small details. These are small. We're going to figure that out.
I think Drew had his hand up over there.
Hey, Drew.
Hey, I had a really great meeting yesterday with a music producer friend of mine that I've known for 4 or 5 years, and so it just felt really good in the room. And
Nice.
how that is if you're a business person and you're trying to connect with somebody.
Very nice. Good work day. I'll take it. Excellent. All right. Yes.
This is his first time coming to Shabbat services.
All right. Is that LeBron? Nice. LeBron. You were virtual and now you're real. LeBron and I spent some time together this week, but not in person, so it's very exciting. And Lilyfish, I didn't even realize that was you. See, first of all, I can't see anyway, and I'm not wearing my glasses, and then with the mask, yeah, it makes it all the worse. It's like, hi, everyone. Okay, so glad you're here. Pat, it's your birthday today? Tomorrow. Almost your birthday. There you go. Happy birthday. It's very nice. Are you mad at Rich that he said that? Okay, fair enough. It was worth it. It was worth it. Susan.
We officially moved into what I hope will be our forever home because the stress of moving is just not cool.
So is Nashville going to be permanent?
Well, it is for me. I told Glenn if he wants to sell it.
Rich might need to sleep on your couch if he's not able to sleep at home.
Permanent for me, and he's still working.
Okay, that's fair. Well, we're delighted about that. It's great news for us. Very nice. All right, other good things. I love this. It's putting me in a good mood. Other things to celebrate?
I'm celebrating not wearing a mask up here
Oh,
for the first time in
no.
2 years.
It's a mask-free Bima. It's really, yeah, we didn't realize how nice oxygen was.
Yeah, especially when you're singing or speaking. Yes.
No, but singing for sure. Yeah, definitely. Well, all right. These are all good things that we're gonna bask all of us in the goodness of everyone else's news and join together in that third line from Hashkivenu on page 42.
Ufros aleinu sukkot shlomecha ufros aleinu sukkot shlomecha yailai lai lai yailai lai lai yailai lai 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 yailai lai lai yailai lai lai yailai lai 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 ufros aleinu sukkot shlomecha.
We'll continue singing together the words of Ashamru. You can find them on the top of page 44.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat v'dorotam berit olam. ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש.
We rise together on page 46.
אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'nehem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Chozer U'Moshia U'Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah, Ata Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atarav lehoshia, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofech olim, Umatir asurim, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יעללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. So this Shabbat, we begin reading the book of Leviticus, which lists in details the various sacrifices we're to offer in our role as a member of the Jewish community. But as I prepare to crack open the first parsha of this book, I wonder, how much more do I have to sacrifice? 2 years of a pandemic, a significant surge in anti-Semitism, a war in the Ukraine. I am tired, I am sad, I'm angry. And my usual go-tos for self-care are not working as well as they used to. I ask how much more must we sacrifice, and then I remember that I'm not living in a bomb shelter or a basement, and I have so much to be grateful for. But accessing that gratitude does not feel easy. Not as often as it used to. So let me share some wisdom I read this week that really landed with me, and I hope it lands with you as well. To alleviate any guilt or confusion about what we are feeling, we should feel a little bit weary right now. And if you are, be grateful. Because this is a good thing. And here's why. That weariness is confirmation that your heart is working properly. It is your humanity responding to so much inhumanity around you. It is evidence of your goodness still fighting to feel useful. Your heavy fatigue is the internal alarm of an empathy that will not allow you to proceed unaffected while so many grieve here, while war rages half a world away, while the planet burns, while there's so much brokenness in this place you call home. To not feel any of that would be the red flag. To not be brought to tears now and again would be far more a worrisome condition. To not occasionally be leveled by the sheer volume of the burdens in your orbit would be a symptom of far greater sickness within. It would mean that, like far too many people around us, someone else's pain is of no consequence to us. It would mean that we had learned how to anesthetize ourselves from the suffering in our path, that we no longer felt emotionally tethered to other people. Being perfectly fine would be a dire diagnosis. And that would be a far greater tragedy than all of the sources of our sadness, because it would mean that these days have claimed yet another compassionate human being and allowed apathy to supplant the space where empathy should reside. And it would be proof of one more of us joining the ranks of the willfully oblivious. Now, I know that giving a damn is the more perilous path, which is why so many refuse to take it anymore. It's the treacherous journey that will keep us up at night, the one that will furrow our brow and bring us to tears and frequently break our heart. But there is no other worthwhile way to live. We are better because of the weariness, more human as a result of our soul's fatigue. So the challenge is not to be so completely overtaken by it that we lose the ability to care, that we finally reach the threshold of what we can safely bear, that we fall and cannot get to our feet again to enter the fray. Expiring early is not the object here. Becoming a martyr of our own heart is not the goal. Being here a long time and caring a great deal is. So I want us to take care of ourselves. Withdraw into the places of stillness and silence that give you rest. Take Shabbat. We're going to take a few moments of silence in just a minute. Nurture your mind and your body with good things, music, art, food that makes you happy. Shield yourself with prayer, with meditation, maybe with exercise. Surround yourself with people who, too, care deeply so that you're reminded that you're not alone. Hydrate, sleep, be selfish about maintaining something of a balance between the burdens of the world and your ability to carry them. But don't expect that you will not still be tired much of the time, that your heart rate will not sometimes rise so loud that you hear it in your head, that you will not temporarily be brought to tears and to your knees. You may be tempted to envy those who don't seem to care. Because of how easy it seems for them, resist that. In days like these, when so many are in such pain, and when so many have chosen not to be changed by that fact, your heaviness is understandable, and it's actually quite beautiful. And it's actually quite Jewish. It's our sacrifice. And it connects us, as it did for the ancient Israelites, to the divine. It's how we know God. We should be weary right now. I'm glad that we are. I'm glad that we're a little weary. We'll take a few moments of silence.
Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tosim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, תשים לעולם. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
I'd like to invite Robbie to come forward and share a reading with us.
Down. Okay. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Amen. Should I do the Hebrew part too?
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
We think of those who are without peace, either of body or soul, and in need of healing on this Shabbat. We think of Judith Mandel, Gail Hooper, TJ and Jay Cohen, George Hahn, Wayne Ritt, Ariana Zaragoza, Curtis Hagano, and Charlene Estrin. Please include names of those I did not mention as my hand moves around the room. Thank you.
Dave Watkins, Owen Hale, Susan Burdine.
Thank you, Emily Steiner. Misha Barak is on page 253.
Help us find the grace
So as I mentioned earlier, we are honoring Hadassah at this Hadassah Shabbat, and I'd like to invite our two co-presidents, Dina and Sarah, to come forward and share a few words about Hadassah. For those of you who may not know, and for those of you who do, it's a lovely reminder. Come on.
Welcome, everyone, to Hadassah Shabbat. We're celebrating 110 years of Hadassah this year. For those of you who don't know, Hadassah is the Women's Zionist organization, and it is a global organization. And this is a global Shabbat, so people actually all over the world are celebrating Hadassah Shabbat tonight and tomorrow. And there are chapters all over the country, and we're part of the Nashville chapter here. But there's also chapters I looked up, and there's chapters in Australia and Brazil and France and Germany and a lot of other countries as well. And a lot of them, or all of them, support the Hadassah Medical Organization in Israel. And they do a lot of research and they do advocacy here against anti-Semitism, and they do a lot of great work, and we're proud to be part of Hadassah.
And we're glad you all can join us tonight for this. Hadassah, through their medical organization, has sent a team of physicians to Poland to help with the Ukrainian crisis. And Hadassah does that regularly for medical emergencies around the world. They're in Lublin, Poland right now, and they have also medevaced some Ukrainian families for treatment at Hadassah hospitals in Israel. A family of 4 is being treated right now at Ein Kerem in Israel. We are very proud of that and the work that Hadassah does. And you all can be a part of that. I know many of you are life members, as Rabbi Lori is. So we thank you for your participation. We are proud to do things, to be a part of the greater work of Hadassah. And we're proud to do things and help locally. We have a Hamantash and Bake on this Sunday that you all can be a part of, and we have an ongoing book club. So thank you for being a part of Hadassah. Thank you for supporting Hadassah. And if you'd like to join or to support Hadassah, you can go to hadassah.org to do that.
And we also have some brochures here tonight that you can take when the service is done.
And we're happy to sponsor the Oneg today here at Micah. So thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you both. And I imagine if anybody has any questions, you can address them. Well, anybody who read tonight, as well as Dina or Sarah, can address any of your questions after the service. Thank you again for sponsoring our Oneg on this Shabbat as well. Well, I'll invite you to rise at this time, and anybody who would like to, I always know I have Nanette and Craig, but anybody else who'd like to come up and open the Ark doors for Elenu, come on down. Well, somebody's got to open them, so. Oh, Pam's coming too. I love it. See, the group is growing. The group is growing. Excellent. We're on page 282.
Aleinu l'shabech l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kigo yeharatzot, v'lo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'goralenu kachol hamonam, v'anaknu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה Adonai echad, Ushamo, Ushamo, Ushamo echad.
We honor the following yortzites on this Shabbat: Sam Gervich, Dora Gertner, Althea Fifi Surface, Joseph Friedman, Morris Ladder, Benjamin P. Zucker, N. William Weinstein, Evelyn Kopelman, Nathan Liff, Marianne Morgulin, Philip Lashinsky, Alfred Cohen, Stephen Brodsky, William Frankenstein, Max Muchnick, Clemmer Marcus, Lily Joseph, Karen Rubin, Ann Schofner, and we continue mourning for Jerry Glick and Arnold Hyatt. Again, please mention the names of those I may have neglected to mention. Kaddish Yatom can be found on page 294. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei d'kudusha barichu, La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Please be seated. So a few announcements. Thank you again to Hadassah for sponsoring our Oneg this evening. Our regularly scheduled programming continues on through this next week. Shmooze and Views on Thursday at 10:30. Mahjong on Tuesday at 12:30. We have no religious school or midweek because of spring break. Torah study will continue with me tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. on Zoom. Rabbi Kulik of West End Synagogue and I have had a really good time over the last 2 years leading joint adult ed programs virtually. We had a really terrific one today with David Siegel, president of ELNET, briefing us on the status of Israel vis-a-vis the crisis in Ukraine. And for those of you who did not catch it, I have the recording, so does Rabbi Kulik, and just let us know. We'll send it your way, but it's really terrific and incredibly informative. We will have our next in the series on American Jewish identity, anti-Semitism in Israel, with Rabbi Shai Held of the Hadar Institute in New York. Rabbi Kulik and I will be in conversation with him, and we invite you to join us. That'll be this coming Tuesday on Zoom at noon. I know it's on the Micah website. You can probably get it through West End as well. Again, you can reach out to Rabbi Kulik or myself, and we can send you that link too, but please join us for that. Women's Circle next Friday will be in partnership with Rabbi Mackler and the women's cohort from the temple. We'll be joining together to celebrate 50 years of women in the rabbinate. We'll have a wonderful curated sort of art show as part of our Women's Circle, and I think it's going to be a very special experience, so please sign up and join us for that next Friday at noon. We are going to be installing new board members this summer, and so if you know someone who would be a great candidate for the Micah board, and maybe that's you, do let us know. You can email either of the rabbis, anyone in our office, or our president, Howard Baum. We do need to know by this Tuesday if you know someone or you yourself are interested in being nominated. Next Friday, this is really important, because our big fundraiser honoring the amazing Lisa Silver, I know that does not feel weird, I know you don't like that, a week from tomorrow night, we'll be here and in person. We don't want you to feel pulled that you have to spend your whole weekend at Micah. So Shabbat services will be on Zoom next Friday because we want you to rest up and show up in person for an incredible tribute concert and reception following. It's going to be so much fun, the fete of the season. And so please join us on Zoom for Shabbat services next Friday. Finally, for those of you who have always wondered who wrote the Bible and have been interested in biblical authorship, we'll be having an adult ed with Rabbi Josh Garraway, professor of Judeo-Christian Studies and professor of Early Christianity and Second Commonwealth at from the Hebrew Union College next month. Stay tuned for more information on that, but it should be really terrific. All right, lots of programs, lots going on. Check out our website. And let's rise for Kiddush and a closing song. Please rise. I put some wine in there for you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. עושה שלום במרומה.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום,